In the complex world of European politics, one small country is making big waves, and not everyone's happy about it. Recently, Viktor Orban and his government have taken the extraordinary step of blocking the European Union's 20th package of sanctions against Russia, a decision required to punish Moscow further amid its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This move has stalled not only sanctions, but also a massive $90 billion aid package to Ukraine that the EU had already agreed upon. At the heart of Hungary's maneuver is a very specific dispute over energy: the Druzhba oil pipeline. This Soviet-era pipeline was damaged in January, ending crude oil deliveries to Hungary and neighboring Slovakia. Budapest insists that unless these oil flows are restored, which it blames on Ukraine, it won't support further EU actions that it sees as detrimental to its own energy security. Hungary argues that sanctions targeting Russian energy revenues are harmful to Hungarian consumers and could destabilize its economy, especially with a critical general election approaching in April. But critics say there's more at play than just fuel. Under EU rules, foreign policy decisions like sanctions require unanimity, meaning every member state has the power to veto, a tool Hungary has used repeatedly in recent years. Other EU countries, including Poland, have openly accused Budapest of undermining European solidarity and using the veto to pursue domestic political goals rather than collective strategy. Warsaw's foreign minister blasted Hungary's stance as not only harmful to EU unity, but also to Poland's own security interests, given the ongoing war in Ukraine. This is not an isolated incident. For years, Hungary has shown a more cautious, sometimes skeptical, approach toward actions against Russia. It has maintained stronger energy ties with Moscow than most EU members, and has previously blocked or delayed EU decisions related to Ukraine. Some analysts describe Budapest's strategy as transactional diplomacy, using its veto power to extract concessions or press for its own priorities. The broader implications of this standoff are significant. The EU was hoping to pass these sanctions just before the 4th anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a symbolic moment for reinforcing unified pressure on Moscow. Instead, the bloc is deadlocked. Lithuania's foreign minister has even suggested changing EU voting rules to prevent what he calls an abuse of veto power, arguing that a single country should not be able to stall decisions affecting all of Europe. Meanwhile, Kyiv and EU leaders are scrambling to respond. Ukraine's foreign ministry called Hungary's blockade ultimatums and blackmail, saying it plays into the hands of Russia. At the same time, leaders in Brussels are trying to negotiate and urge Hungary to change course, emphasizing that unity is vital in countering Russian aggression and stabilizing the region. This episode reveals a deeper tension at the core of the EU: how to balance national sovereignty with collective foreign policy. When every member state holds veto power on foreign affairs, even small nations like Hungary can wield outsized influence, for better or worse. As Europe watches, the outcome of this standoff could reshape how the bloc manages not only sanctions and aid, but also its own political cohesion in the face of existential challenges. And as the war in Ukraine grinds on, and geopolitical pressure mounts, one thing is clear. In today's interconnected world, small countries can make very big power moves,